All right, it is day 7 in Athens, and it's Sunday, so it's a bit slow today around town, just everywhere. I took it easy. I listened to the interview yesterday. I made some notes, coded a little bit, kind of organized the thoughts. And even though she didn't answer the questions specifically, there's still what she said was similar to the questions. So I made sure to bracket and correlate the responses into the spreadsheet. So that was easy, very enjoyable. And then I went to a restaurant today. I was supposed to go to one restaurant and that was completely packed. So I had to make do. I had to go around and figure out a new restaurant. And I happened upon one, which was really very nice. And it was such a great experience because, I asked for the manager to talk to the manager. And he was so polite. And when he heard I was writing a book, he couldn't help. But and that's the thing. Once you ask, once you tell them what you're doing, it's like everything opens up for you. So everything will work out. Funny thing is that while I was looking around for that second restaurant, I saw Indian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Korean, Mexican, all sorts of restaurants, and they're all empty. They're all empty. And I was in the tourist district. Well, it's not really a tourist district. The manager that I spoke to, or the owner, I'm not really sure. He said it's not really a tourist district. It's like the locals are still there, but the tourist sites are very close, and so you get both. So I went to this restaurant. I went and I got beef uvetsi, and it's a rice beef, like braised or stewed beef with mushrooms and wild rice and rice and it's very tasty. It's very subtle. The flavors are very subtle. You taste the meat, you taste the rice, little salt, you taste the mushroom sauce. So that was very good. But I asked him about it. I asked him about the dish, and he said it's from the village, so it's part of a tradition. I haven't had any fish yet. That's something that I haven't had. I'm gonna have to make a point to have some kind of octopus, calamari, not calamari, octopus. I think calamari is Italian. I get there's a lot of similarities between yesterday's visit. Was it yesterday? The interview, the formal interview I had yesterday. That's right. And this one, the point of Greeks being travelers and traders, I think that's very important. That explains the reason why food is so similar across the eastern part of the Mediterranean, and Armenia as well. Armenia gets brought up a lot, which is very interesting. And so that was sort of the explanation of it. So one thing happened today. I was very curious. The Greeks tend to talk a lot about their Orthodox faith. So the manager talked a lot about Orthodoxy, the festivals, the feast days. He mentioned the Feast of the Light, where a candle is lit by not a flame, but a light, so that it can't burn you. The flame cannot burn you, and that gets distributed across Greece. So it goes from Jerusalem, they take it to Athens, and then from Athens they distribute it across the country. So let me show you a picture. I keep forgetting to send my parents, my family, the pictures of the food. Shame. They want to see what their boy is eating. So this is a picture of it. It's, as you can see, it's a rice dish, and there's the beef, and you get a little bit of like a cracker of some sort. So very cool. Interesting. Like, remember when I told you about the graffiti? Like, I see this one. It says, "Kill cops, have fun, anarchy." I'm just very curious about that. And I'm going to get to another point. So we talked a lot about Eastern Orthodox religion, and that's when I realized that Orthodoxy is still very important. So when he was talking about the festival, the Feast of the Light, this is what happened. This is very interesting. And as an ethnography goes, sometimes you put yourself into it to see how it reacts. So I said, as a Maronite, like from Lebanese Maronites, and so they have a connection to the Catholic Church. So I said, we don't have the festival, the Feast of the Light, as far as I know. And I asked my mom about it. She said, yeah, my mom said it's a Greek thing. And the manager responded by saying something that I didn't think was very important at the time, but it's very important, I think. He said, and I quote, "This is not for you, this is for the Greeks," right? So that is, I think that tells you there's an exceptionalism here. Like the Greek identity is an exceptional one in that it differentiates the Greeks from the world. Okay? So that's something very important to understand. So when I finished my meal, I went down to the bathroom, and next to the bathroom, or like on the way to the bathroom, is the kitchen. So it was wide open, and I looked in there. You know what I saw? I saw a bunch of South Asians, but I think they were Bangladeshi. I don't know, but then I said, oh, they put Greeks to the front and Bangladeshis to the back. That's very interesting. Maybe there's some literature there I can draw on. And then, as when I was walking to the restaurant, I saw a guy. It was like a group of people, and they were smoking crack, glass pipes. I have never seen that in my life. In my life. It was very shocking. I zoned in on it. And then it occurred to me that this is why I don't feel any culture shock. I felt no culture shock because every city looks and feels the same, suffering from the same problems, right? I think that was very enlightening for me. And I was talking to my dad. My dad was telling me, because I'm telling him about this and what my experiences are with the people who prefer tradition, and the people who have problems with the EU, the people who the anarchists. And my dad says, I wonder if this has anything to do with austerity. And I think he might have a huge point. Because like in the United States after 2008, you had the bailouts, and then you had the Tea Party, and you had the Occupy movement. Is it possible that here you have the traditionalists and you have the anarchists, right? So that's, I think, would be a good starting point for the Greek chapter, Greece against the world sort of thing. And so that's pretty much it for today. It was a good adventure. I would like to go to that restaurant that I was supposed to go, so I'm going to try tomorrow to go. So, yeah, that was the day. So what do I have? I have it's a spanakopita. So it's a spinach pie, right? And this one, usually it's in a rectangle. This one is in a spiral. So what it is, it's phyllo dough. And I'll take a piece off. It's phyllo dough with spinach inside. And I got it from the grocery store next door. I was just going to eat some leftover feta. But then I said, who wants to see a guy eat the same thing again? So I said, no. Let me get... It kind of goes skimpy on the spinach there. My goodness, I did go skimpy on it. Well, there's the spinach. I thought there was supposed to be feta in here too. Like a little feta. So this is pretty much all dough. Okay. Let's try it. I'm sure it's tasty. You do taste the spinach. You know, I do enjoy these little things. I've been having some pastries in the evening instead of having a meal because I know I'm going to get pudgy. So I'm watching watching what I eat. I haven't been working out either. I had a good amount of sleep last night, so I'm thinking I'll go to the gym maybe tomorrow. After maybe there's a day pass because there's a gym right next door. It'd be a shame if I don't go at least once. Go get a day pass. So it's phyllo pastry, like what you do with baklava in Greece or baklava in the Middle East, in Lebanon. That's pretty good. So the interviewer yesterday said that this used to be a main course. Like you should make a big amount of this, and everybody would come and eat, and that would be it. That they would make a big rectangle of it, and then everybody would go in, grab a piece, and eat as much as they can. That would fill you up, because that's the essence of eating. It's just that you eat something to be full. It gives you energy. This gives you a lot of energy, and I think that goes back to the history of Greece when Greece was. When people were poorer, farmers, they used to eat a lot of vegetarian stuff. So now everybody eats meat. Maybe you eat meat twice a day. If you have eggs and bacon, for breakfast, you eat meat 3 times a day. So in many ways, we are very fortunate to be where we are today. We can eat meat as much times, how often we want, for every meal. You don't have to eat. I love meat. I love a good steak, right? I know I can't eat that every day. But I think that we can eat less meat. Not just for the economy, just for your health. I mean, not the environment. People are talking about like eating bugs and everything. And you don't have to eat bugs if you don't want to. But you can eat other things. Like yogurt's pretty good. Good protein, like Greek yogurt has a very, very high protein. I'm just gonna finish this now, and I finished my notes earlier today. Tomorrow's another day. Get back on it, and I'm supposed to call somebody for an interview because he told me to call him on Monday, so I'll do that and keep you posted. Until then, until tomorrow, I just thank you. If you watch these videos, thank you very much. I'm not going to say like and subscribe because it's silly, but I hope it proliferates, yes. Profiteroles. All right, well, thank you so much, and until tomorrow.